Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Crypto Coffee and LoFi. Had a little bit of a break, but I'm pretty sure that the sleeping pattern has been fixed. So if I can manage to actually sustain this, wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. every day, then these episodes will stay consistent, and that's the plan. So let's see how it goes. I'm on day one. Alright, so I'm just going to run through a top-down analysis on Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, just to give you guys a better idea of what I'm seeing with the bigger picture. Obviously, we're bullish. I haven't updated you guys in a while, but if you've been following my Twitter, you'll see that I've been bullish for the last week, 2 weeks. And it has actually been quite good. The price action has been really rewarding on the lower time frame, so we've caught a lot of moves on alts and on the majors. As always, if you're interested in the way that I trade, interested in the way that I'm analyzing the charts, you can pick up a copy of the strategy in the description below. Step-by-step process, get access to a Discord, hundreds of people, all trading the same thing. Alright, so let's start off with Litecoin here because I think we have the clearest picture. So, for those that are new here, just using the same pattern to find accumulation and distribution in the market. So what is that pattern? Essentially, it's just a head and shoulders. So I'll look for a sweep of a level, and then I'll look to break up above the level that was responsible for sweeping the high or the low. Once we break up above here, I'll look for a retest, and I'll look for the same pattern to form again. Now there's a few more aspects to this, but I'm not going to dive too deep into it. But you'll see as I analyze this, I'm just using these exact same patterns. So here we sweep a low, we sweep another low, and we've clearly broken structure to the upside right here on the higher time frames. A clean retest. Now we continue up. Now one part of the strategy is finding the accumulation, but where are we accumulating towards? Are there obvious levels in price that price will be attracted to? So for example, equal highs in a bullish environment, something like previous resistance or previous support turn resistance. I can sneeze, man. Okay, so just like we use these levels to find accumulation, once we found the accumulation, we can then use the bearish equivalent as our target. Okay, so rather than assuming that price is just going to run to all-time highs, we can look at bearish levels to take some money off. And then when we highlight these bearish levels, are they in line with something like equal highs, which they are right here. So I posted on Twitter yesterday, I think Litecoin's going to shoot up to $200, and this is where I got my target from. Alright, so if we just jump onto the hourly. So now that I know that price is trending to the upside, I need to be finding bullish broken bases, so the bullish accumulation, and price needs to hold this bullish accumulation for the uptrend to continue. So if we look at this whole previous leg here, since we've broken up, let me find something that's decent. That'll do. So if we look at this whole leg up here, we have to find the bullish levels, and we should assume that if price is going to continue to trend up, that these bullish levels will hold and we'll see a move up. Okay, so will we see a sweep here? I'm not sure, but we'll go into the lower time frames and have a look at that. So there's that level, and then there's this level here. A sweep, breaking above the high that swept the low. So for this bullish trend to continue, either this level or this level need to hold. If these levels do break, then I would assume that we are going to visit much deeper into this range. Okay, but for now, for the stronger momentum to continue, one of these two levels need to hold. So here we swept the low, broke up above the high, then we swept these lows and broke up above the high again. Damn. Something chill. There we go. So I'll be looking for this level to hold. If it doesn't, possibly a sweep. If we do see that sweep, then we regain some structure and move up, then we can look to compound the position into 200. But if this level fails to hold, then we need to see reaccumulation here. Reaccumulation just being the same pattern forming again. If we don't see that, then we run deeper. Okay, ETH. Leaving a bunch of equal lows here. Not as clean as Litecoin, but the trend is obviously still bullish. So if the trend is bullish, we should be targeting some higher time frame objectives that are before all-time high. Okay, so rather than assuming that price is going to definitely shoot up into all-time highs, we look inside the previous range and see if we can find any obvious objectives. So either equal highs in a bullish environment, or bearish broken bases. So the previous distribution being a sweep, the low that swept the high. And as I pointed out earlier, do these levels, or are they in line with, for example, a double top? So when these levels sit right above a double top, it's like a high chance that we're going to come up and retest that pretty much. Now that we know we're bullish, we're breaking structure to the upside, we're accumulating here, so we're accumulating, we're breaking structure, we have an obvious objective. Now we need to look for bullish levels inside the previous legs. So mark this out. We came back, we retested that perfectly. And here we have another. Sitting right below some equal lows. Just like we use the equal highs above the bearish level as a target, we can use the equal lows right above a bullish level as a possible entry. So if we can run these equal lows, reaccumulate here and continue up, then that would be a decent entry. But then if we jump onto the 15-minute, we may see a move a little earlier. So we have a sweep right here. And then again, a bunch of equal lows there. So something like this would also be a valid entry. We're seeing another confirmation here, reaccumulation, the same pattern on the lower time frames. So yeah, that's Litecoin and ETH, just using the same pattern. Okay, and moving below these equal lows, reaccumulating here would be the most ideal entry. If this starts to break, then we have this level. If that breaks, then like Litecoin, we visit much deeper into the range and possibly even take out these equal lows. But for the bullish momentum to continue, either one of these levels, a sweep of these lows or a sweep of these lows. And a similar story here on Bitcoin. So I know I've covered this before, but the distribution that we saw here was some of the most obvious I've seen on any chart. So sweeping a bunch of highs, breaking below the low, responsible for taking the highs. And then forming the same patterns here on the lower time frames. So once we revisit these areas of distribution, we'll see if we redistribute. But if not, we can assume that we'll head into all-time highs. But for now, we can use these levels as temporary targets and just doing the exact same thing. Looking for reaccumulation at bullish levels. See, we've swept a high, a low, so breaking above the high. Okay, so this is technically a valid entry right here, actually. So sweeping lows, breaking above the high, returning, sweeping a low, breaking above the high. So if this can hold, then we should be good for a move up. looking at around 48k as a clean target. But if this starts to break, then you just head further down into the leg and look for previous levels of accumulation. Sweeping out lows, breaking above the high. And as you can see, this is all like really, really repetitive. But having a simple repetitive process just allows you to stay consistent, especially when you're dealing with larger amounts of money and money that actually means something to you. If you have a consistent process that you can easily repeat, it makes the stress of managing money a lot less stressful. So although it may seem tedious, the process is simple and it's easy to kind of apply and stick to. So if these levels start to break, then we have equal lows here, and there's not much stopping us from testing this higher time frame accumulation. So really looking for this level to hold this morning. If it doesn't, then we might see red for the rest of the week. And then just one alt to finish the episode up. This is one of the cleaner higher time frame charts. So again, just trying to find accumulation, sweeping out a low, breaking above the high. And then similar to Litecoin, taking out a low here, taking out a low here, and then breaking above. So we have all of these obvious objectives. Price is yet to test this obvious support turn resistance. So support, 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 and then resistance here. So if we are going to continue up in this bull trend, this is going to be an obvious target. We are breaking out of support or resistance right here and reaccumulating. So I think if this is going to shoot up, it's going to be quite a quick move, as long as the rest of the market is also moving up. So the majors, for example. So a perfect entry, sweeping below a low, breaking above the high, and then sweeping below this low and breaking above the high. That would have been the most perfect entry a few hours ago, but I'm thinking we'll get a retrace. If we do, then buying there, then validation below there. It's a solid trade. Targeting $100. No worries, guys. I'm going to end the episode there. A bit of a longer one, but now you see my higher time frame process, exactly what I'm seeing and how I'm going to play the market over the next few weeks. We're obviously bullish. So looking for accumulation at bullish levels. If the bullish levels start to fail and we start to see distribution after those levels failing, then we should assume that the trend is temporarily over, but I just don't see that happening. Alright, guys. Again, if you're interested in any of this, click the link in the description below. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, leave some feedback, and I'll be here tomorrow for the next episode, so make sure you tune in for that. No worries, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.